So, just getting the car washed, and then the car wash, and I'm going to be out for a wee drive later. So I might take a trip to Lintrathen. I'll get it right if I remember. Mine's gone black. I'm going to Backwater Reservoir and Lintrathen Reservoir. So I'm just waiting on the car wash, giving the windows a wee clean, car a clean, and then I'll go up there, show you a wee bit of it. Well, the car's looking a wee bit cleaner. Not bad for a fiver. Just let the car wash do all the work. So it's a wee bit late in the day actually, it's 20 to 4. I mean, this is like 1st of February. So I kind of like decided at the last minute. Well, on my break, I wasn't really doing much earlier. So I just jumped in the car. I'll see what daylight there is and I'll show you a wee bit what I could show you. Okay, so I'll make my way up there. I'll go to Lintrathen Reservoir first. And then I'll go to Backwater Reservoir on the last one. Both these reservoirs supply Dundee with drinking water, by the way. Okay. Right, so not far from, well, just a stone throw away from Lintrathen Reservoir. But I'm just going to show you the sun and the way the light is shining, the sky colours and everything. I'm going to show you this. I've got to say though, it's a very breezy day, a very windy day. So, but I'll show you the colours anyway, talking about. It's a sun that's kind of like, I don't know, it's sort of smudged out with the clouds over there in the distance. But this is what I find quite bizarre, is that over there the sun's sort of smudged out, yet at the area we're in heading, which is Lintrathen Reservoir, which is really just over there, it's a blue sky. It's really clear and it's blue. But the sun is kind of smudged over there in that direction. And when I was driving up this way, it was kind of darkish, round about the New Tile area, coming into the sort of Meagle area as well. And then after that, it kind of like it just driven into a different zone. It was suddenly it was like brightening up again, back into the. Like it had gone back a couple of hours in the day because it's sort of like really lit up. So I thought I'd show you that. I'm limited for time, for daylight, obviously, because I chose to go out on an adventure late on in the day. You won't see it behind there. I was hoping maybe I could show you the reservoir, but I can't. So I'll get myself up to the Lintrathen Reservoir and I'll get the videos of that for you. Okay. So behind us there, that's the Lintrathen water treatment plant up there. So where Dundee gets drinking water from, obviously goes through the treatment plant before it reaches your taps. Well, it goes through the treatment plant, then it gets pumped up to the reservoirs in Dundee, like your high-rise towers, water towers, and then it'll get pumped to the heater tanks before it reaches your taps. It's the reservoir. I'll turn it in and show you. It's Lintrathen from this angle. And you've got the village of Lintrathen just in that direction there. So I'll drive up the road there and I'll go through the village of Lintrathen as well. We'll maybe get a couple of videos and pictures of that for you. It's a wee bit windy and unfortunately, but I'll make my way to the village of Lintrathen. Right, so I'm at the village of Lintrathen, but it's like a sort of cafe kind of guest house. Or an inn. I think there might be a guest house as well, but I was in there years ago for the visitor's cafe. So, it's not very much here. It's not much. But it's will overflow from the reservoir. I'll turn it around and I'll show you. That's where the there's like a restaurant in there as well. It could be lodges or something. We've obviously got the lovely local houses here as well. So there's an old style phone box here as well. Oh, a wee bit of it's never been used for a long time. This phone box with no phone. Plenty of spiders' webs. But... oh, I was trying to go up there, up this road a wee bit further to get to the hide. There's like a kind of shed hiding everything. It looks over Lintrathen. But because of the winds, the road's shut. So I'm going to have to find a way to get to Backwater Dam Reservoir. It might be a wee bit longer. So I've just got to kind of hope that the daylight holds out. But I'll show you a wee bit of the loch from here anyway. Lintrathen Reservoir. And there's obviously the road's not going to go, so we have to obviously turn round and go up that way, find a way to get to... there's loads of ways, but I'll go up that way to get to Backwater Dam. Hopefully there'll still be a wee bit of daylight for you. Right, so let's back it up and we'll try and get to Backwater Reservoir for you. So I'm just making my way up to Backwater Dam Reservoir. You can see there's a bit of a view. Lintrathen down there. And you'll also see the damage where the trees have cut across, fell across the road where it was going to go originally. So that was the road that would take you up there. It's a shortcut, and there's a light shed kind of thing, a lookout shed. You can look right over the loch of the wildlife. Loch or reservoir, whatever you want to call it. It's surrounded with some beautiful countryside there. Just try to chase this daylight to get to and that'll be somewhere the water treatment. Oh, that's breezy out there. So I'm going to head up that way. Well, it's not much use, I'll have to show you in the camera. But Backwater Dam is obviously, it's upstream of Lintrathen, so the water's running from Backwater Dam, then it will run via Lintrathen Reservoir, and then make it all flow to Dundee. It doesn't just serve Dundee, it serves the Angus area as well. So Backwater Dam Reservoir is up in that direction there. Hope this thing will just get the focus a wee bit better, like. Yeah, it's kind of in that region. So that's where I'm headed. I've tried this Peel Farm coffee shop before, it's lovely, it's really nice. So I'm just going to go up that road there to get to the Backwater Dam Reservoir. Right, and that Backwater Dam Reservoir. It's a wee bit sheltered here, this particular area. There's a lot of trees around this particular part that's sheltering it. Backwater Dam Reservoir. It's opened by the Queen on the 9th of October 1969. So there's a wee bit of information there. In fact, I'll show you this. So that's the actual dam. That'll be the overflow down to the waterworks. Oh, this is quite nice, I like this. And that water just comes out. And discharges down this channel way for it. It'll be like the valve house out there. And the dam you could drive across. You can actually drive right up. It's a dead end, it comes to a farm, but there is a viewpoint up there. I'll try and get up there before it gets totally dark. And there's like a boathouse up there as well. That's a private area that though, so you can't really drive through that. You could walk up it though, no problems. Because that walk goes right up, way up the length of the reservoir, then it continues on. You could go right into the glens and everything. I've done it before with the hike club actually. So I'll try and get along there, along right up to the picnic area. I'll try and get there before it gets dark. It's about a couple of miles in the car, so it's getting on, so I'm just kind of rushing around to get this done before it gets pitch dark. I'm trying to get pictures for you, videos for you, of this Backwater Dam reservoir. Right, and at the other side, the picnic area, at the far end of Backwater Dam Reservoir, it's about 3 miles long, that's the north edge up there. And let's see that road, it's just a dead end, it leads up to that farm. It's just a farm at the dead end. So, you've got like picnic tables and that there as well, it's a nice wee spot. Obviously it's late now, I mean it's after 5 o'clock, so it's getting dark. But on a summer's day, a spring day, a good day, it's be great for a picnic. I've been here many times. I've been in this area many times. You can't, as I said, you can walk right up to the water. There's a bit of a wait. You've got to go through the water. I mean, like, ankle deep, knee deep. You're better off with wellies if you want to do that. You can continue on up. It's a circular route right up. Start finish at the far end of the end, where the actual dam is. So I'll turn it around anyway and I'll give you the views before it gets pitch dark. You won't see anything. So that's looking up to the north towards the farm, which is the dairy. That's the farm. And you could normally see the hills up to the back because it's getting a bit dark. You won't see them. You can make up the snow. You might just make it up. Obviously on a brighter day you would see more, but that's not the case today, unfortunately. This is something I've been noticing a lot with the storms that we've had lately. It's all these trees that have been blown over. Well, strangely enough, we've had storms before in the 80s and 90s, I remember them, and there wasn't as many trees blown down as there is in these storms we've had lately. The amount of damage we've been getting due to wind damage is incredible. I mean, this is just... it's everywhere. I mean, not just here, it's in Dundee as well. Roads have been closed off because of them. It's just mental. Never known the weather to be like that before. I mean, the strange thing about it is the storms as before. It's most damage. So you can Lintrathen as well. What I did notice with this tree, there's a cable. There's a voltage in there. There'll be high voltage possibly, so you've got to be pretty careful. It's been ripped up out of the ground. It could be a power line or something, I don't know, but be careful there. Anyway, I'm heading back into the car. My hands are absolutely freezing. Oh, under the ice. It's this chill factor. It's not so much the temperature, it's the chill factor. Yeah, that's certainly, it's just good for hands are freezing. I mean, the temperature, as I say, it's not so much the temperature, it's 6 degrees centigrade, but it's still, it's the wind chill, it's really the thing, that's what makes it feel a lot colder. 6 degrees isn't warm by no means, but anyway, let's say the video. Unless I come up, I might do a few other things. There's actually a couple of things I might want to show you as well. It's regarding these new 2022 highway code rules. There's just some of them. I've read a few of them. There's certainly some of them that are just a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. But I'll explain that probably when I get back into Dundee, because I'll use one of the roads in the industrial estate to try and explain what I mean. It's regarding the junctions and that. I was talking about pedestrians having the right of way to cross at a corner. So if a car was coming off a main road and turning into a side road, and if there's pedestrians at the corner waiting to cross the side road into which the car or vehicle, bus, whatever, the motorist is turning into, has got to give way to these pedestrians. Now, it's like a hierarchy system as well that they've come away with, like who gets the right of way and priorities. Like pedestrians are at the top. It's something to do with the vulnerability. You know, a pedestrian's more vulnerable than a cyclist. The cyclist is more vulnerable than a motorcyclist. And you've got horse riders, more vulnerable. Cars are more vulnerable than vans. Vans are more vulnerable than minibuses. Minibuses are more vulnerable than big buses and big trucks. So it's like a sort of hierarchy priority. Try to say that the bigger, the heavier the vehicles, the more responsibility that they've got over the safety of the others. But that's obvious anyway. I mean, if you're driving a bus, I drive buses. I mean, I'm driving a big bus. Obviously, I'm going to drive it safely. You know, I drive any vehicle safely, regardless as to what size it is. But if I'm driving a bus, obviously, I take extra care because it's a bigger, heavier vehicle carrying more passengers. Obviously, it's going to cause more damage to something smaller than it. So that's obvious. But yeah, if you look it up anyway, you'll know what I mean when it's some hierarchy table. But there's other things. It's like, don't get me wrong, I've nothing against cyclists, I've nothing against pedestrians crossing the road and not having to go at anybody. It's just the rules are the new highway code rules are tricky, and I think it could be dangerous. I think it could be a recipe for disaster because of it's not clearly, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't really highlight where they should cross exactly. Like, for example, the zebra crossings, the whole point of having a zebra crossing was to make it clear to everybody where the crossing was. So it would be positioned somewhere sensibly. It would be lit up well, because it's got to be lit up on a pole. There's no point in just having marks on the ground, because if it's snowing, or if it's bad weather, or if it's muddy or raining, you won't see them. The zebra crossing's got to be a pole at each side with the big orange light at the top flashing, or lit up. And you've got the poles to highlight it and make it clear for pedestrians and motorists to know exactly where it is. It's well positioned and well lit up. Now, these rules that they're saying that pedestrians have got the right of way on a corner, the corner's the most dangerous place to cross, because it's obvious, isn't it? You're turning a corner, it could be a great big hedge on the corner, and you won't see the pedestrian waiting there until the last minute. Then, hang on a second. Here's a point just worth mentioning. If you're driving up a dead-end road like this country lane, right, on a windy day, just pray that the trees don't blow over and block your route back home and leave you stranded. Right, this is just a point I'm going to make out here regarding these new rules as well. It's saying something about cars at a certain speed. If they're going above 30 mile an hour, they've got to pass pedestrians and cyclists with a 2 metre gap. Fair enough, you give them as much room as possible, that is. But this is stipulating 2 metres. Now, this is a road here. This is going along the side of Camperdown. right, this lift road, that's all wall on this side, and there's that narrow pavement there, right? So this is a 40 mile an hour. This used to be an unrestricted speed limit. It used to be national speed limit. For a single carriageway it was 60 mile an hour, but they brought it down to 40. So it's 40 mile an hour above 30 miles per hour, obviously. So it's now impossible now for people, well, for cars to pass with 2 metres with pedestrians, because it'll be right over into the other lane. This is a narrow road. I'll see if we could make it a bit clearer for here. There's no pavement on the other side, by the way. So that then means that that pavement then would be illegal to use then, going by the rule. It means that it's going to be impossible for pedestrians to have well, it'll be impossible for traffic to keep a 2 metre gap for pedestrians using this path, right? This goes all the way up as well, by the way. This road runs from Dundee up to Birkhill, and it's a 40 mile an hour limit. So if it's a single carriageway, traffic going up and down, and there's a pedestrian on there, the cars on this side, it's going to be impossible for them to maintain a 2 metre gap between them. Now it is a narrow path. As it stands, obviously, if we're going down this road, we would obviously be careful, and pedestrians alike should be careful for traffic because it is narrow. But now it's making it impossible. So does that mean that path's illegal or what? How does that work? Yeah, so you won't see them till last minute. The other thing as well is coming up, if you're driving off of a fast road, so if a car's coming off a 70 mile or 60 mile an hour road and turning into a road into which there's pedestrians waiting at the corner to cross, so they're coming in at speed, they're going to be, the momentum of that car, there's going to be traffic behind them travelling at speed, and if they've got to stop quickly to wait for somebody that may or may not cross the road, then the cars behind could ram right into the back of the car that unexpectedly stops. If they don't know the rules haven't have been well publicised either. I mean, there's not everybody I know knows them. I heard on the research that not many, there's only what, a third or somebody, third of motorists that know. I don't know, I can't verify the figures, that's just what I heard. But there's not been much information about it. I just came across it on by chance, really. I mean, I came across it anyway. No, not everybody might come across it, and that goes for the pedestrians because they don't have to know the highway code, so they don't know either. But I'll try and illustrate. Maybe I'm going to have my fruit just now. Okay, it's getting dark and still here. I'm going to just watch, hoping to see a sunset. But got a caramel egg. I've got some fruit up there as well. Trying to eat healthy. I can find it. Buried in my bag. I'm just holding the camera and doing this at the same time. Grapes, apple and orange. Cabbage, chocolate, cream egg. And Coca-Cola. Diet Coke. So unhealthy, well, healthy, this is healthy, but there's lots of times where I get a fish supper or something and then go for Diet Coke. But anyway, yeah. When I get back into Dundee, I'll maybe go through what I was on about the rules, just briefly. I'm not going to go on it too much, but it was something that kind of concerns me anyway. It bugs me because, like I say, regarding these reasons, this cyclists is, I say I don't have anything against cyclists by no means, because I've got a bike as well, a push bike. So, but the positioning on the road for passing, they're suggesting that they should move into the middle of the road, and they're also saying that they've got the right of way to drive down the inside of stationary traffic. I think it's just dangerous because it's hard enough seeing them. You've got big blind spots and everything on the vehicles. It makes it really difficult to see cyclists. And if they're encouraged to go down the inside of traffic, they're going to be more at risk of not being seen even more, because there's buses and that have signs marked on them saying cyclists are advised not to cross or not to go down on the inside in stationary traffic. But that's now undermined now with this new rule, as is the zebra crossings, as is the pelican traffic light crossings, because when you've got traffic light crossings on a corner, and then you have to wait on you're supposed to wait on if you're a pedestrian, you're supposed to wait in before you cross the road. Well, that doesn't matter now, because if they've got priority to cross, then what's the point in having the red and green one? They'll just walk to the nearest corner and cross there, where it's most dangerous. Imagine that in the dark and it's raining, and you've got big blind spots, because vehicles have various variable blind spot. You know, some are worse than others. So, and as it stands, even before the rule, there was always road accidents going by reports. So it's just going to be even more dangerous now. So it wasn't. I mean, if they thought that people weren't paying enough attention, if they thought that people weren't paying enough attention before these new rules, then why bring the new rules on if they think they're not paying enough attention anyway? You know, wouldn't it be better just to make the rules that they've got, make them safer rather than add more rules? Anyway, I'm ranting on. Sorry. Right, I'm going to have my fruit, my cream egg, and my Diet Coca-Cola. Diet Coca-Cola. And then I'll go to Dundee, and I'll sort of show you roughly what I mean. I'll illustrate I'll show you the road markings. I mean, you probably know what I mean, but I'll show you a bit clearer anyway, because it's lit up in the industrial estate. I'll do that. Right, so I won't end the video quite yet, but you could probably just end it if you feel like it, or if you want to stay and watch it, then just hang on and watch it.